event at the major qualifier. So they've still got that tucked away. It's all about prize differential. And for Liquid, it's about pride, about getting revenge on Misfits for the upset yesterday. Showing that they are indeed the better team here.
JDM close with the leads as they want to try and work in toward A main. Stop up and wait for utility to be deployed, and that including smokes toward jungle in the top of the stairs. Sick limited off, will back away. They'll play retake on the site instead, make sure that no one's going to surprise them. Laid up the middle, so 5-man in the site should be a pretty straightforward plant. We know that Liquid likes to play forward stance toward CT spawn. In fact, it's been in fashion throughout the course of this event. And Elige will be the one they send. They can't afford to commit more than 2, in my opinion. Every time you see 3 go that direction, there's not enough inside the site to watch the wraparound, which is happening right now. And no one's peeking from A main. Shazam therefore catches out JDM, and he's got full reign inside of the site. Good read from Nitro. That could have been prevented from a peek at A main sooner, but they got the shot down. It's still going to be held off by Stanislaw, who will sit and burrow his way for the time to play in his favor. They have a kit, though, so he's got to be careful, and Six going to guard him, hold him in. Watch behind it. Connector Six done his job. Stan can't get the shot in time. Sean's holding it, and although Elige gets there, the defuse actually happens in full.
And with that, Misfits are going to, for the first time in a while, actually, as we did see Liquid taking both pistols in the previous map, Misfits are going to be able to take control of the pistol to start off this one here. They get themselves off well ahead. And Liquid with the plant. We don't expect anything too aggressive for them in the second round. They're probably going to look for the third round buy, which means P250s for the most part being bought up here in the second round. Actually, hold on. They do buy a little bit heavier than that. It's nothing major, though. It's just, I think, Twists personally making that decision. Elige buys down too, though. So, interesting one, as they are going to be okay sacrificing a little bit of extra cash here, specifically on Elige and Twists to buy up utility, armor, and extra pistols.
JDM leading the way in. Quick little mechanic to jump down, both left and right. Checks fire, checks shadow, and then turns his attention directly towards Shazam at jungle. Finds the kill, and then Devo Dubek, however, still steps out from CT. Amanek will upgrade onto an M4 at catwalk and try and spray through connector as Stan crosses over. They'll know he's at the window. And he's just going to try and be as annoying as possible despite the bomb. Dropped inside of the site, he'll swing. Devo's ready and waiting.
So that's Misfits closing out relatively straightforward fashion. Liquid do not manage to get themselves the second plant, so they'll be stuck with just the first round pistol plant money in order to buy into this third round. If they even decide to do that now, because they did buy a little bit heavier, but yeah, they'll still go for it. Just means we have a couple downgrades. It's very calculated, though, because it still ends up with full AK buys across the board, with the exception of Stan, who downgrades purposefully to an up so that he can get extra utility.
Devo Dubek to mid. Early by Liquid, and Devo Dubek's going to get aggressive and try and catch that second jump. Didn't need to happen, Devo. But he's going to try and catch them off. Twist is checking it. Sick will support him by covering off middle. They need a third player in it. It's Shazam. Shazam down. Sick only getting one means Devo Dubek has to fight his way out from lower, and Elige was ready for it. Well read and well taken apart from Liquid.
Just down to 2 of these CTs now. Amanek and Sean both split up here too, especially with the smoke going into window. They're not going to be able to support the other if one gets taken down, so should be easy kills for Liquid. They just have to locate where these 2 players are hiding at.
Big win from the fact that they get Shazam down. That's the most important kill out of all that. Sick can afford to go down aggressively. Obviously, it would suck if he didn't get a kill, but the fact that they got Shazam, there was no escape pattern. For Devo Dubek, as Elige finds Amanek before the smoke blooms, and it leaves us to just Sean.
Sean holds in those back B halls. Not a whole lot that he's going to be able to put together from that position, so more so than anything, we'll be looking to save the M4, carrying it into the 4th round, and rebuy should be, rebuy is not going to be happening here. Money for Misfits is unfortunately in the dumps, with everyone except for Devo being well under $1,000 or right near it, so they will have to almost immediately eco here. And that should allow for Liquid to quickly tie us up and potentially even take the lead away from Misfits, depending on just how much they have to save. Going to be able to sneak out at least 1 kill from underpass here, but he is caught in the crossfire when he crosses connector. And that'll be JDM that closes out on the round, gets the final kill, and puts the first one on the board for Team Liquid.
First one on the board after the plant and the early buy. Still not a massive amount of money for Liquid, so if Devo Dubek wanted with 4850, they could force off this and try and break them back. But they're going to be smart. They're going to play this the long way. So AK, UMP, Mac 10. Okay, double AK. I didn't see that Elige had one. And so does Twist. So forget everything. Carry on. Smoke for Nitro. Nitro as he works with the Mac 10. Sean will back off, play more passive angle, but there's an abundance of smoke inside of middle. It'll be a B hit with an open sight as well. They stack up A with pistols. He'll confirm that in about 5 seconds when he clears behind truck and bench. And it's cleared. JDM has done so. Sean backs off.
That's pretty much the end of the round right there. This is Gamble stacking towards A. Sean attempts to at least cut off one player jumping in for a window, but that'll be unsuccessful. And now that they've smoked it off, there is zero chance for Misfits to come back into this round now. Their best hope, once again, is going to be to post up at exit positions and just hope that Liquid's players get a tad over aggressive and that they'll be able to punish that. But it should be a safe bet. Then most of Liquid will stay alive here and now tie it up at 2-2.
Nitro cleaning up. 3 kills. Looking at maybe get an ace. I highly doubt it. Given that they're spread out. There's not a whole lot of time left for him to do so. Stan's going to rob him of that chance anyway. Collect all the kills, and Liquid will tie it up, as you mentioned. 2-2. Devaduvik has a ton of money. He can distribute the wealth, or he can go and do what he's done and buy the big gun. That'll go to Shazam, who has a spawn.
3 Mac 10 kills on that round from Nitro too, so he's going to stick with it. And then we do have the full rebuy coming out for Misfits. Even Misfits are going to have to struggle on their buy a little bit here. Dominic specifically is going to have to go down to an up, and it's not to buy utilities because he can't afford anything else. So it leaves them in a bit of a delicate situation here now. Obviously 0 utility representing across the board. They do have the penultimate advantage here again, and they're going to waste no time getting aggressive through those apartments. Nitro unfortunately gets caught, but thankfully for him, no one on Misfits is going to be able to spot and punish that position. The rest of the team will start to push through. Sean is for certain on at least one player's head, and there we go. He's going to cut it right off. That's a Liege gone down now. Trades moving out now. 2 from Twist. Nitro looks to do damage with that Mac 10, but will end up just running right into Shazam there. He picks up 1. They continue peeking into him as now he finds Stanislaw. Almost gets a 3rd one there as well. At the very least with those trades, it's made it a much more palatable retake for Misfits, but it is going to take time for these CTs to get into position. So they'll have to be rather quick about it, and that could lead to some sloppy mistakes that could still let Liquid hold on to this round.
Sean will cross. No shots toward him. JDM still waiting patiently to see if there'll be a flank coming out toward the apartments, and he's going to hear them coming up catwalk instead. Realize that's 2, not 1, and they already know where the 3rd is, so he'll go for the peek late, finds the kill and a Molotov on the bomb. That should do it. I think Devoduvik's knee's too low. Even if he was on it early enough, it's not going to happen. Sick realizes it, can't do anything about it, and no kit available. Good win from JDM based on utility. Planned his position as such. Let's see if he'll survive. JDM wants to try and get back in and find out where the op's gone, but it's not around. Put the round to Liquid.
A safe play from them too. Very well positioned from JDM and very well ironed out and planned out to be able to make sure they secure that round there. 3-2, and now with them in a leading position, Misfits are once again going to be put onto another eco here, with the exception of Sick, of course, because he saves from the last round. But the others are again going to be on pistols here. Not a whole lot that they can really try and put together. Liquid definitely in the driver's seat of this matchup at the very moment. JDM not even, oh, okay, buys it later. I was about to say not even buying a gun here, which is going to pick up a dead teammate's gun if anyone does end up going down, but we'll decide to buy the AK just a little bit later there and get the op, unfortunately.
Smoke to the window. As a Liege will start to work systematically down the side of middle and spot toward catwalk. Misfits limited to just the 1 M4 in the hands of Sick, and Sick, having saved that, will play over toward the E stairs, I still call them. What do you call them?
Where at?
Where the former E boxes were.
Oh, I don't know. Just
Jungle stairs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just stairs.
I still call them E stairs. Just thought I'd let you know that.
All right.
But yeah, stairs works. Twist. Narrowly dodging bullets whizzing above his head. His head, which, despite looking bald, has a helmet.
With some spam in there, didn't actually get the kill, but thankfully his teammates still mop it up for him. Sean with 1 trade, but it's short-lived. He's now been pushed back. Since he has the AK, he's going to look to save. Sick still trying to find some impact from this position, but they're definitely not attempting the retake. Sick was basically just hanging around in case someone jumped from Tetris over on top steps. God, Sick's gonna even die trying to fall back too, so that's unfortunate. Now just leaves Sean alive, and he can't even win one single duel after he got that kill earlier in the round. Twist will knock him out, and Liquid again continue to soar forward here. 4-2 now, but Misfits do have the cash flow at least to rebuy again.
tons of cash flow. For Liquid, naturally, given so many rounds in a row, they won't run the AWP this time on the T side. They certainly will for Shazam. He's glass cannon, however. I think B cat or B straight. It's definitely B presence early on with a default from Liquid that covers off a solo hold apartment. Keep in mind they like to solo hold. Pass by Elise. Sick, good shot. Gets him through the edge of the arch. Keep in mind they like to play a solo position toward B when Sean Gers is on the Misfits side on T side, so something to watch for when we swap over. Almanac going down certainly costs quite a bit for Misfits, who were relying on that early pick in mid. Devo Duvek stun well to cover off Palace. But it's going to be a mid-connection take toward A, and in doing so, he's left A wide open, so it'll be a retake with T-sided position for the CTs.
Ollie's going back in pretty deep here too, so we do see Liquid moving out. He's going to push Misfits back. They don't even attempt to hold at the moment. Sick actually prepping for Liquid to try and push through and try and punish Sick's position.
Yeah, but it's Devo Duvek who's gone out of Palace who wants A main, which is the most powerful position. So they're going to allow the bomb plant and then try and overwhelm them. Nitro spots the gun barrel, double position, and it's a straight spray down. Twist, in fact, gets both kills. And Nitro doesn't even get any assists. And Devo Duvek, despite coming from A, they're going to think that that timing essentially, he rotated all the way over from B. So it really became inconsequential based on timing alone. Sean is well and truly removed from the picture. He'll try and save the M4.
Nice little totem pole stack on the opposite side of the poles. Works out well for them. Sean finally catches at least the one trade kill. He's now attempting to save. Eliminates Nitro, but that's a small token. Liquid probably don't care too much about that at this point in time. They're winning rounds consistently. And Misfits have failed to pick up anything significant at all ever since the first gun round. It's been all Liquid. So now they have a 3-round lead, and it continues to grow. Misfits will have to go onto another half buy here. They're just trapped in the cycle at this point of buying and saving and repeating that over and over and over again until they can at least win one round. So since they are just trapped in a rut, it looks like there is going to be a save call thrown out.
So timeout. Technical. It should be tactical. Okay, so I was going to say, it's a tactical timeout naturally from Misfits as they go into a situation where which they have to decide of a 4-spot. But I was going to say with the technical timeout, if that was the call, there's a lot of chatter on the Liquid side.
Yeah.
But it's allowed because it's tactical.
So that'll be all good. Liquid look to be in pretty good spirits right now. And on the opener, looks like they're going to go for some quick mid-control here. 1-3-1 split across the map here, and Stan will, more than anything, position himself in Palace, getting ready for an aggressive push from Misfits, which might actually happen here. Depends on if Lominic just wants to sit in that cubby or actually head inside. But if he's alone, I imagine he's just going to stay there. Normally when Misfits have tried to push Palace, they've done it with 2 or more players.
I'll flush out Sean and Devo, and Elige waits. Twist actually burns one alive, that's fair. Nitro also had an angle, but it was well constructed. Shazam's going to get a kill with the Deagle, calling it now. He's going to get 1 kill, straight headshot, 1 Deag. It's going to be Twist. No, it's not, because he's not going that way. I lied. Everything's wrong. He's going to die.
I don't even think he's going to see anyone, to be honest, if he keeps going this way. Let's see how he plays that window. Right now, I think he's just waiting for the boost, which he's not going to see. So we'll eventually have to either route out through jungle or head into connector. Almanac, in the meanwhile, was allowed to take a position at ramp, so he's got this press forward. Liquid will probably check for it, though. Yeah, especially with that flash and him trying to pre-fire, and JDM knocks him out. Only a little bit of damage traded on the Nitro. Brings him down low, granted, but not really enough to justify that positioning there. And these last 2 have been completely blocked out of the sight due to the smoke wall. Luckily, pistols in hand, there really isn't much hope for them to accomplish anything at all. Liquid should be relatively safe to go up to 6 rounds here.
Decent shot for Elige, just to confirm it. Remember what I was saying about Shazam getting a headshot? Yeah, I meant receiving one. That's what I actually meant. Prove it. Well, something. Sick. 1 versus 5. Just going to let this one expire, I think, with armor to hold. But Misfits looking, again, just like yesterday against CLG, rather lackluster. They put a little more pressure inside of middle than they did yesterday. But again, it's A that's been rather open, I guess you could say. They've given up a lot of space. They did that, remember, if you watched yesterday's game, and Blue, I think you were casting along with me, when CLG was running the execution for smokes down with the Molotov, setting up quite often with 5 players leading off toward the A side of the map, and there wasn't much aggression from Misfits to try and thwart that. So nothing to worry about yet, perhaps, in the fact that Misfits did achieve the comeback yesterday, but it's the same problems again.
No sign of them being fixed. And Liquid continuing to dominate here with 3 players over $10,000 after they've all bought into this round. The other two not much worse off at $6K for each. So Liquid certainly have pretty much complete control of not only their own economy, but the gameplay here for most of the half so far. And Misfits, well, they do get a big upgrade this time to a double op setup along with full utility sitting behind most of their buys. They really only have 1 player watching B. It's going to change now with the rotate coming back in from Sean, but it's a good thing that we don't see Liquid execute too quickly there, so that could have been very quick site control maintained for the T roster. However, it looks like they're going to split up, try to go for a bit of mid control, and probably transition that into Cat after they take control of the apartments later on here too.
Molotov to the van with Stan in front of him, but Almanac has a leash covered on the cross. Slight gap, they slow down. Somehow he doesn't hit the shot on Stan. I thought he would. He's got a second chance on Twist, however. He makes no mistake as he tries desperately to hit JDM as well. Josh. But he'll slow down. Man advantage for Misfits, and a round they very much would like to achieve and attain.
Still need to find a way to actually get into the site here, though, because their options are going to look relatively slim. The good news is that the T's have used all their utility on this entry attempt, so
Devo's got to be quicker.
they've got nothing left with which to get into this site with, while Misfits still have quite a bit to utilize here. Smoke's going to go to the window. That blocks off both the window and the other one. I think they're used to Nitro trying to hold this corner, but
They only have 1 kid. They've got to go. Devo's still walking in.
Can
It's got to be now.
see anything on top of that smoke? Didn't look like it. Anyway, Devo's finally pushed back in. Sick and Almanac will both get kills immediately here, but Stan still holds, ready to try and stop this. Picks up 1 player, continues spamming in hopes of an immediate repeat from the other side of the site, but not going to happen. Sick will take him down, and that is going to be a successful retake for Misfits.
They left that super close. Good find from Almanac and Devodovic not walking out too far. If JDM had hit him, I think the round was over there because it leaves 2 inside on the floor, and we saw how close the defuse was on its own. With Stan waiting on the inside of quad. So double op setup this time for both Almanac and Shazam. But Misfits finding a 3rd round, cutting the lead back to just 3. They get 5 or 6. I'm going to give them a game here. Based on what we saw yesterday.
Just need to get to that point, though. It's a good start right there. But they could also be immediately reset, which is certainly not going to help them in the long run here, especially since we're getting so close to the end of the half. Be a huge advantage for Misfits if they can do that here. It's not going to be an immediate reset against Misfits if they drop this round, but it will put them on a pretty pitiful buy pretty quickly. Liquid take it very slow, however, at the beginning of this round. They've got that top mid control to work off of, and they're probably going to hang out here for a few moments. Stanisol also kind of in a dangerous spot here. Doesn't realize it yet, but this could get badly quickly if he's not careful. Okay.
It's a bit easy. And gets away with it because Shazam does not hit the shot when he retreats. That's, yeah, about as good as it gets.
JDM was able to push out, I think, a little bit from Palace, too, and at least get some intel. Has to fall back, but it's a good idea in terms of what's sitting on the site. So Misfits are going to scramble their positions a little bit.
Alige has a good spot. Alige has done a super good job to get all the way up middle while all that was transpiring on A, and Sean's pushed back. They have to bring Shazam over. Good read. Nathan smokes land. Shazam limited. Second smoke just landed in front of him at jungle as well. I think there's a... Ooh, I thought there was a gap. Stan makes it by. Shazam was looking out toward middle in the meantime. And he'll swing around as they have not covered off CT. Most vulnerable position as they want to plant. Sean will naturally peek as a result and does so successfully. Stan needed to be more aggressive, more assertive. He left Twist hanging and the bomb goes down. It should be the round for Misfits with 14 seconds and a 4 versus 2.
No way, really, for Liquid to get up into the site and successfully find an opportunity to plant, especially with the presence that's here for the Misfits, so they're going to give it up. Bomb even still being down on the ground, too. Just no way that they can justify going in on a 2v4 like that. So they'll give it up on the timer, and it's going to be Misfits that chain together another round here, bringing them up to 4. Liquid still at 6, however. and with plenty of cash left over to reinvest on their 3 dead players.
Even if Stan 1's for 1, they get the bomb down. The fact that he doesn't go and just stands there and tries to act like a little bit of a meat shield, Sean's able to get them both lined up pretty easily. Just delay them on the take, on the re-entry. So now just 2 rounds ahead. Misfits find the 4th, and in doing so, they'll start to limit the money, although there was quite a bit, let's be fair, built up for Liquid. On top of that, they'll hit a 3rd round loss bonus, and they've already got a buy in hand, so they actually should avoid a reset, which is pretty remarkable. Ain't it blue?
Stan actually walk right out. No one's watching Palace.
Twice.
Second time. Last time he did it back on T ramp, and he got the early kill against, I think it was Debo, and he's going to be allowed to move in. Halish will be able to take down Sean. A little bit panicked there. You might be able to hear in the background, but they get the job done executing him. And now Misfits are down to just 2, and they're also on the wrong site. So this might be an early save call from these CTs as soon as Liquid put that bomb down. No sign of a rotate here from Misfits. So Liquid are going to have a pretty easy time closing out on this round and taking back that control.
Corners covered and Twist goes in. Bench cleared by Molotov. Twist will hold toward the ramp. Excuse me, the catwalk. There's not a ramp there. And second, Devo will try and keep weapons up for Misfits, who really got caught with massive gaps. No one to watch the front of the site, and Shazam stepped out completely vulnerable toward Connector. Makes you think, doesn't it, Blue?
Yeah.
I don't know what it makes me think about, but it makes me think.
The Liquid roster back on top once again, and with the lead restored and an advantage once again going into their favor, Misfits will have to start thinking more towards the T side in terms of how they're going to come back from it. We're actually approaching a very similar scoreline to what we had this matchup yesterday. If Misfits don't manage to put any more rounds on the board, we could end up 11-4 again. Have to scavenge the cash around a little bit here so that they can still afford the full buy. And they'll be able to get it pretty easily, actually. There's just enough money left over for every individual player to either buy or drop for their teammates. So they will end up with a double op setup, all M4s, and pretty decent utility across the board. This will be their last hurrah. After this, the money's gone.
JDM calls the cross on Sick. So you can clearly see it from his perspective as well. He'll make his way in toward the connector. Twist smokes off A main as well, but execution potential exists. They're going to let Elige be the one to lurk out and find map control at B. And very likely this exactly. Swing down and rejoin inside of middle for a 4-1 take.
No one being able to commit themselves to the site just yet, however. Sean's still sitting very far back on a catwalk there, waiting for any eventual movement from Liquid to try and take mid control. Liquid are completely bypassing mid on this round, however. They'll probably have a late player go in underpass, but besides that, it's going to be a 3-1 split on ramp and Palace into this site. And Misfits have a good presence to stop this. The problem is, though, the smokes from Liquid have blocked it all off. Devadivek tries to take his own initiative and pushing past it, but is immediately eliminated by Stanislav.
Good find by Stan. Nitro immediately to the position of plant. Behind triple this time, safe side inside. The smoke covers CT, and Elige was waiting the whole time on the lurk. He'll catch off Sean Gers. One more gun down, as Sick will pick up the AK-47, but nothing goes to find Shazam and the op. Round done. They'll save again on the Misfit side, trying to hold what they can in terms of reserve, but unfortunately for them, it's going to be Liquid doubling back up on the score, 8-4. And for more, Almanac does at least get Nitro. They were expecting a mid presence, but Misfits will get away with the 2 guns, sure. Yep. I was going to say shortly, but maybe there's something in it from underpass as Stanislav gets close. Remember, we still have like 7 seconds after the bomb, so if he gets close, ooh, flash in as well. This could work. Yeah, caught the door. Yeah, oh, he got.
Oh my God, and he got both of them.
But again, okay, great, cool, good read, good flash. But you go to the standard rule set, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's very true. It is going to end up costing them in a big way because of that non-standardized post-round timer. And that will completely break Misfits for the most part here. It's also 13th round too, so they got to make a choice here. They force this one and then save the next, since they have at least 2 players that can fully invest. The other 2, though, only at 2K, so it's not like they can buy anything significant here. It's Better for them to save and in the next round, hopefully winning there, and then can carry it up to at least a 6-9 potentially if they were to decide to save here. And I believe that's the choice they'll make. No buys yet for Misfits, and the timer is now counting down. Take another look at that as well. Stan, given all this time, was able to push back in, had the perfect pop flash for himself, and it's easy pickings to knock out both Almanac and Sick hiding in the kitchen.
I think a lot of players are going to vocalize about that. Skadoodle already did. He's not even here.
He just predicted the future is what he did. He knew something like that was going to happen.
Oh, there's a very aggressive push from Misfits. The Inchworm moving forward toward A main. A little further than that, even blue, as we look at the blue map. Blue dots on the map. I'm not good at humor anymore. I've lost it. It's all downhill from here, blue.
Yep. It's going to be all downhill for the Misfits, specifically on this round, as Liquid are about to waltz right in to the B site. Getting themselves the free control over it. The 4-man Misfits blob, however, is still working its way up middle, so they might be able to, at the very least, get in the way, overwhelm 1 or 2 players from Liquid, which there you go. They catch Nitro off guard at least, but it's a small token of victory. And Liquid will now position accordingly to try and stop any mission skills from happening. In fact, Ali's going to roll out. Very good control. Actually takes down Sick with a headshot beforehand, but Sean's going to also roll right in. Instantly one-taps him.
So another AK grab. Maybe they can save them this time. That would do Vec, the only one that's yet to pick up a weapon as a result, and that's because they've only gotten 2 kills. There's only 2 down. He'll wait outside of middle for anyone heading that direction, but instead they'll exit B through the apartments.
Everyone on Liquid stays alive, and they'll have a bit of a ceasefire here as also those 2 AKs survive the encounter on Misfits as well. So it propels their buy forward a little bit here. They don't have to spend as much money in this 14th round. It's still going to be a pretty significant investment across the board, however, as they attempt to get the op and everything else back up onto the board here. And they'll be able to do that pretty easily. And because they have the AKs, they save at least a little bit of cash for the final round, should they also drop this one.
Swap on either side. Shazam has it. JDM's setting for a fast take post-smoke. Almanac, good play to take down Elise early. Let's improve the thought into the minds of Liquid, who were setting for the execution. Nitro finds one in return. Stan's got Almanac somehow, but Shazam is waiting on the inside of the smoke. Reads that Nitro's likely going to get aggressive.
Nitro seems like he notices that for a moment there, but does not react nearly as quickly as he needs to.
Nope. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Some of you almost got a second shot. Devo's got to back off to get the reload.
Devo will be able to survive that encounter.
He's been aggressive so many times at A main that I think JDM was just posted ready for it. I mean, he was, but he was also there for execution. He just knew that it was going to happen.
Missed the shot, however, so dies out there. Devo will be able to escape, popping down the smoke in the process, and also falls back further here into a much more defensive position, which will let Liquid execute with the remaining 2 players. In they're going to go. They'll go about it very, very slowly, however. Misfits obviously with only 1 player on the site. We're not going to be too well equipped to hold on to this. They've also lost a few players here. Almanac and Sick both getting traded out, I believe, at mid. We'll have to somehow find a way to continue fighting this. They've got a 3v2, though, so no reason for Devo or anyone else to risk their lives. As Shazam is going to be able to help Devo out in this position. He takes down Twist already, leaving only Stanislaw up and rolling here. All right, though, gets himself above the trip stack and finds that trade, takes down Devo, but Sean is waiting for him in the connector, and he'll be the one to close out of the round, securing a 5th for Misfits.
Not bad for Misfits to find 5, better than they did yesterday. If they get to 6, I'm definitely going to give them a massive chance, and they've got a chance to hold over the off on Almanac as well. More importantly, on Shazam, they'll have a second now. Okay, they're going triple op. That's ridiculous. I thought it was going to be on Sean. It's going to be on Sick. And I think there's an M4 additionally down. I didn't see the buy, but 3 ops, and this means 1 at B, 1 at A, 1 at mid.
There's no extra M4, so they're stuck on those ops.
I'm surprised by this call.
Could have been a misbuy, actually. But
no, I don't think so, because 1 was dropped and intentionally purchased and thrown to Sick.
Well, it's more like just like a missed key or something like that. Could have happened. But it's very likely that you're right, too, and it's intentional. Given the circumstances that they've tried this before, but when the last time they tried this, I think they actually dared to do this against Liquid yesterday, and it did not work out well at all.
So deep smoke top of connector gives them more mid-control, which means they encroach closer and closer to positions held by AWPs and puts pressure on the ops. Missed smoke window. You'd think with 3 hops, one would be there and take advantage of it, Blue, but they're not. Twist will get up to the top of connector instead. So, op watch, Shazam.
Six here with the op, though. That's weird. He's in window, but he's not peeking it or anything like that. He's just sitting back behind the smoke wall. It's not been set up. It's not perfect, though, so he's able to lean up. Catches the first player there. Shazam now chimes in. There's the second op. Still need to wait for the surprise third up, but it's not going to show up, as that was the one player they did kill. Ebox tries to surprise, but it's only going to get 1 kill, knocking out JDM. Still keeps a man advantage for Misfits, however, and they hold passive presence in this A site. Elige is going to punish that, though. He moves in, picks up one. Almanac now chiming back in from the other side. Elige, though, goes back out to Cat and instantly destroys him. We're in a 1v1, but Shazam, the original opper, is going to be able to close out for Misfits as they bring it up to 6-9 at the end of the half.
Fair enough. 3 ops works. Why not? Buy out hard at the end of the first half to catch them off. Almanac did get in position late after Sean went down to deny bomb, pulled them back in, and Shazam caught the cross. He was playing CT the whole time, so works. Not exactly conventional. They give up a lot of space as well. Luckily, Sick, as you mentioned, had a gap inside of the smoke at jungle. If he was completely smoked off and they crossed, I don't think that round goes their way. But 9-6 in favor of Liquid as they cross over to start their CT side. And Misfits going to try and grind out yet another remarkable win and potentially win the minor in doing so, but it's Liquid that have, with the pistol, the best chance of closing before that happens.
And proven themselves more so at this point in time, so they're going to have to look to build up upon this lead now on their own CT side. We are jumping into the second half, ladies and gentlemen. The final half of this entire tournament. Misfits must come back here, must close out if they want to keep themselves in the leading position here and come out on top of this tournament. And for Liquid, well, they want to upset here. They want to try and get revenge from yesterday. Like I said at the beginning of the map, prove that they are indeed the better team here, closing out in a 2-1 fashion. Misfits will actually swarm through mid here, but for whatever reason, they don't realize that neither of them check ticket. JDM's going to get both of those kills, just calls out the position to his teammates. Oh, the nade's going to be a little bit dangerous for JDM, but he does survive it. Now Misfits will be lost a little bit here because there's 4 players, up to 4 players, I should say, defending the bomb right now.
Shazam swings out, splash in, twist with the shot, so even that goes against Misfits, and now find themselves in a 5 versus 2, and make it a 1 versus 2 each.
Devo left alone here to try and pull off a 1v4. Would have been a 1v5 too if he managed to do it, but not going to happen. A very awkward walk-in from Misfits. Those 2 players that try to quickly get control from the mid connector just end up, I mean, just straight up not checking ticket is their downfall in that round there. So that's going to give Liquid control over the pistol. And if they can keep it consistent here and not get upset in this second round, then they'll be up to a 12-6 lead, which is going to be very, very tough indeed for the Misfits to come back from. We've seen very impressive comebacks in this tournament before, however, so it's not completely out of the question.
Push from Sick. Elige has to back it off because the smoke's down. He doesn't want to risk giving away the rifle too soon. Massive presence from Misfit. Sean on the bomb, excuse me, and I'm going to Sick going toward the window. Try and catch out Elige, but he's waiting inside of the smoke. I imagine he gets the spray down as JDM already starts off and taking the bomb out of Sean's hands. And that'll confirm. And start to get a little more aggressive on the A side. In fact, rotation should come through from Kitchen now and will. So backside of the vent held from an MP9 in the hands of Nitro, and JDM's just waiting for them to continue forward. Bomb continues to be dropped in rather than planted. That's fine in the opinion of Team Liquid, who want to find round 11. JDM certainly does, and he'll get his 3rd kill in the round.
Nicely done. Nice cleanup there from Liquid. They avoid the upset in the second round, secure an 11th, and this next one should be easy. Should be the full save from Misfits. While Liquid won't necessarily have map 3 secured just yet, they've done a good job of opening up a gap and making it very, very difficult indeed for Misfits to come back, buying themselves at least many, many chances where Liquid can make mistakes and still manage to come out on top. So can they recover?
So MP9 Elige covering the doorway to get aggressive. No one's going to be on that side of the map, however. So Shazam and Omnic to evaluate what goes on in mid. Nade out, JDM. Not much to report, really. Misfits would love to get a bomb plant out of this round, out of one of the 3 first rounds to bolster that of their buy. Okay, hang on. We've got a disconnect at 1:19. Damage was done to Sean Gares at about the same time the player dropped. But where they are on pistols, I wonder what the call is going to be.
It's not being called as not live, so it's going to be played out.
I think they're just going to play it out because they're on pistols. It won't make that much of a difference. But he actually went down at about the same time the nade did damage to Sean. So either way, I think they'll just pause now and hold it 12.
Admin said round's going to be restarted.
Oh, fair enough. So they are going to reset. Restart.
So
I think. Look, it is the final of a minor. They both obviously are moving on to the major qualifier, but any other final, you'd absolutely replay it. This one, I thought maybe, all right, they read the fact that their chances were limited, but it did indeed drop just before the nade detonated, so. I took HE damage live. Yeah, okay, so Sean's actually saying he took the nade damage beforehand. I think I couldn't. It was really close to call on my periphery.
It's like it's around that they have such a small chance of winning. It's not even worth it.
It's not really that big of a deal. I think you just play on, to be completely honest. But the admins did say that they are going to play on. They called ready, so they're not going to restart it. I think both teams agreed, and Sean is being a sport in saying that he did indeed take damage. So now is it no restart, unpause? Is it tactical on top of it, or was it just late to get going? I think they were just late to get it going.
Yeah. They unpaused it now, so we're going back into it.
Bonus round available for Liquid. Guns up, naturally, for Misfits.
So getting into it here, the split from Liquid, they're going to send players all across the map, actually. As they just devote a normal commitment towards A here, but they're going to get really aggressive with it. Liquid have already pushed inside of Palace and cleared that out. They're going to see anything there. Misfits, though, are setting up very quickly to try and at least go out for mid. They won't be able to go through the apartments. Unfortunately, they've been denied there due to some early smokes from Liquid. But what they can still do is try to crawl through underpass and get full-on mid control here and punish anyone from Liquid that tries to challenge that.
Omnic smokes out deep window, goes for boost, but it's Nitro inside of the vents instead that spawns them. Doing so, can't quite get the shots off. In fact, did get sick late, but couldn't quite get the shots off to find Omnic as well. Still will hinder Misfits considerably, and Liquid already on 12 if they find this and reset Misfits. I'd say I don't fancy a comeback at that point in time.
Yeah. So we have Misfits into the apartments now. Apparently out of necessity, but oh, it's so casual from Stanislav. The flash from his teammate in Market, and just hops right up, gets a little two-tap to take out Sean. Nitro will find another kill too as Shazam tries to roll back in, so they've been destroyed here. Both economically and possibly soon morally too, as Liquid are just showing signs of remaining unstoppable even as we get past that first gun round now. Misfits really have no choice. They'll have to go into a save here, and they'll have maybe one more full bot attempt to try and stop Liquid from pushing up to 16 and closing out on this series 2-1.
JDM going to get aggressive with the FAMAS. As unfortunately Misfits limited to just pistols once more. No need to go for the WP just yet on the Liquid side. Buying it for the sake of throwing it away ultimately if you did. So JDM will play very aggressive. Secondary smoke available should they need it. In fact, they've only thrown just the one so far. Twist, I think, is throwing his now. Same position as it blooms. Some noise cues on the other side. JDM overwhelmed, in fact, but Twist and Elige hold the same angle, and the bomb goes down. It should be pretty straightforward to close out as Shazam tries to wrap in, but Elige was not fooled.
Yeah, 6 left alive here, down just as the LMS, so he's going to have to try and move back in. Get at least one kill, hopefully, but if not, still the expected result as the team Liquid would be able to easily close out on these ecos, and there we go. Sick goes down. Liquid just 2 rounds away from being the minor champions. And it'll go up against what could be, like I said before, the last full bot investment from the Misfits here. So they should be able to get the op on Shazam. I don't think we'll see double op, however. They're not really going to be able to risk it unless Sean really wants to go for it here. And yeah, they'll just buy AK. So no double op on the T side. They'll just keep it to Shazam.
JDM will get aggressive with his and window and try and find early pick. In fact, made to drop down. Almanac finds him with an AK. No smoke normally as you'd expect toward Catwalk, so clean shot. I think JDM was looking to jump out. I didn't catch if he died on the jump, but they certainly did send one down low and twist, and he gets found by Almanac. Stan tries to make up for it. Good find from Misfits. Good hold.
And there we go.
And I do say hold. Almanac does a phenomenal job with 4 kills, but it is a hold in that there's so much aggressive being thrown toward them.
And look who it is, once again, that has to save the day for Misfits here, too. It's Almanac, once again, the big French player that's been here all weekend. It shows up once more to really secure what could have been the last hurrah for Misfits in that case. But now they get to survive for a little bit longer and continue the fight. Still a long way to go, but at least that will give them some hope here. They also have to work through Liquid's economy, which is actually not going to be as strong as they thought. We had players at like 10K at the start of this round, but they have to donate some guns over. More specifically, they have to donate that hop over to JDM. So pretty much everyone is going to buy down pretty low here. It's about 2 to 3K, which means they'll probably get one more buy. It'll be broken, but they'll get one more buy. Then at that point, that's when Misfits will start to get some free rounds.
Shazam with the op has a smoke deployed in front, or rather Stan's position. Double up set up T side. I guess they're going all in. They went triple and won it. Why can't they do it a double on the T side? Give me one good reason, Blue. Didn't think so.
Yeah. They can do whatever they want. It's up to them, really. It's their game to play. Well, we've got Sick creeping forward here. Definitely suspects something inside of the connector. He has not been able to see Elige, though. But Elige will fall back. Groups up. They know there's going to be ramp pressure, but Elige will be caught looking the wrong way. And even worse, Twist peeks back out. Elige will only go 1 for 1. JDM takes him down, brings us down into a 3v2. Nitro still has some presence within the site, though, but he is behind his smoke. However, he's going to be able to move in. Nicely done. Gets the headshot on Devo. Can't kill the planter, though. That leaves Almanac alive, and he saw the shadow. Knows he's somewhere out from Ticket, but he thinks he went towards bench. And in the meantime, Stan was able to go, and he found Sick. That leaves only Almanac alive here. He's going to be pushed back into a corner.
Nitro should have read this. He knows that he was the planter and that he didn't see him head toward A main, but he hasn't got full vision of it. I imagine they check into shadow as soon as they walk around the corner. They do. Still finds the shot on Stanislaw. He can still see the shadow, but he misses it. He anticipates he's going above the box, and Nitro pops forward with the pistol instead.
So Liquid secure that. They reset the losing bonus for the Misfits, and they're going up to 15. One more, and they're the champions here. Misfits, in the meantime, did preserve enough cash, so they should have another full buy to at least attempt to stop this. But now they need to go 8 rounds straight without losing a single one of them. Otherwise, they are going to drop this tournament and have to take home 2nd place.
Where are you, Ocean Man?
One to go. Liquid with op in the hands of JDM. They'll buy again for Shazam. The same weapon. Devin Dubek will pick up the roll that's on the ground. He's got armor to go with it. Liquid losing the first map. Pull the series back heavily in their favor, and I think are about to get the result they would have expected to get coming into this event, to be completely honest with you. Stan takes Sick. Previously, the NA minor was contested closely with teams like Immortals and participation, but obviously they've gone through some other forced transformations, shall we say. Good contest toward the B apartments as Stan fires in, but it's smoked off. They'll try to do damage through the window at the kitchen, but can't quite catch them as they retreat. It's still Sick down on the man advantage to Liquid as a result. Almanac as well. We'll wait inside of mid for any over-aggression and peek from Liquid, but no one's going to as of yet, as the Liege will bait patiently inside of the window, and the rotation spread the map evenly. And it's mid-pressure for Misfits as they desperately need to pick and overwhelm the A site. They'll rely on Shazam to find it as well.
Misfits are going to tread forward here now. Looking for their right to initiate, but with him already being injured, this is going to definitely not help their odds in trying to close out in this best of 3. Boost Almanac up into the window first off so that he can get inside, but Devo actually I think is going to be the one that takes first contact. Nope, it's actually Elige that finds Almanac here. He's still stuck in that corner, but he puts a 2nd kill together. They knew he was going to be locked down in that corner, but still makes the best of it. Now it's a 4v2 as Misfits go in, get themselves planted out here. Spam coming back in, and that eliminates those 2 players, meaning Liquid are going to be able to defuse this. Taking control, 16-7 will be the final score. Now, I was just approached.
So were you?
Yes. So
Did they
this is
proposition
actually,
you?
yes, they propositioned me. Now, there's an interesting little wrinkle here, and that this is a double elimination bracket.
Ooh.
So we might not be done yet.
That should have been specified beforehand, I
Yeah,
feel like.
I think this...
Even Liquid's looking over like, okay. But yeah, all right. So if it is a true GSL, technically speaking, I think most miners that have done in the past, when you get an immediate reset when you hit the grand final, but we'll see how that plays out.
That's what I believe as well, but we do need to get further clarification on that.
Yeah,
as
so
we're
they're
going
gonna
to
get
look into
confirmation.
that.
In my experience, in most other miners in those situations, there's been no advantage in the upper bracket. The advantage is that you get you get to sleep in longer. I don't recall.
They did give, as far as I know, they did give Misfits like a veto advantage or something along those lines in the
because this happened
veto.
last time with the European miner and PGL, and Big came from the lower bracket and actually just 6-0'd on the day, and that was it. They didn't have to sweep the series twice. So
yeah.
I don't think, according to Valve's rule set of the miner, there's any advantage for that.
I don't believe so either. But like I said, we have the admin. We have the admin team looking into this now. So if it's not, then Liquid have won. They're going to be the champions of the minor.
I think that's the way it goes.
And if not, however, we do need to play a whole other best of 3. So don't leave just yet, as we do need to figure that out really quickly. If we have to repeat that and start another best of 3, or if it's going to be the end of it right now.
Set to shake hands, but they're like, well, we better not. They're just chilling next to us right now.
So like we said, an interesting little wrinkle here is, like we said, it is a full double elimination bracket as far as we're aware. So I think we just need to clarify that with the higher-ups to make sure that we do this according to the preset rules.
I think it's double elim, but...
the finals is like an exception to it.
Because again, my knowledge of it is the reason they did this was when the Asian minor 2 sequences ago, I think for... It may have been for Cologne last year where the issue was, but I think it was actually for Atlanta this year, in which one of the Asian teams couldn't get visas in time. I think it was actually Tai Lu who couldn't get it to get to the main qualifier. As a result of that, they had to pick a third-place team to sub in for them, and they couldn't get that identifiably. There was no way to do it because they had semifinals, so they actually had to do a tiebreaker. By doing a double elim all the way through to the final, you actually get a clear third place. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I seem to remember Big only having to win one of the grand finals last time at PGL in Bucharest Studios for the Krakow Major. So...
Yeah. So like I said, guys, we do have someone looking into that now and figuring out if we do indeed need to play that second best of 3 to follow along with the rules, or if that's not necessary. If
I'll do it all again. Why not?
So yeah, it is very possible that we have to play a whole other best of 3 here. So don't go anywhere just yet while we figure that out. But more than likely, the set is over, and that would mean that Liquid are
actually. You know what actually happens? I think Liquid have to then play against you and I.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where the final boss.
Yeah, is that the...
And we'll get, like, Vansili in on it. I know he's here. He can play with us.
Bring Seaside back for it,
too. Steel was here somewhere. Yep, Seaside can jump in. There we go. Get our team.
Is he still here? Is Steel still here?
I think he's gone.
No, someone's shaking their head, so I'm going to assume
he left.
Yeah, so he's left, so we can't use him, but... That would have been the nice boost to our team, but unfortunately, you're stuck with us.
That would have been pretty much the only boost to our team, if I'm honest.
Is that the way that we speed through it? At least we make that second best through quicker that they have to play us.
Straight 16
It's a pretty
zeros.
easy final boss, yeah. Wow, you're not even going to give us a round?
Me?
Yeah?
No.
No?
I'm not going to give us a round. I'm probably going to lose us a lot of them. I'm completely
I'm sure we
honest.
could get at least one round. We got to win at least one round.
It's possible. I mean, the fact that they do this as double elim to crown a champion for a minor also seems like a bit of a redundancy, and the fact that, again, both teams have made it through to the qualifier, and in doing so, there is some prize pool on the line, but that was the main objective in coming here, to be completely honest.
Yeah, no, definitely. The qualifications was important here. There is a $15,000 difference between first and second place, so that's up for grabs here in the finals at least. But besides that, there is also as well, we talked about this when we came back for the third map, that there's the potential seeding advantage, but we don't even know if that's going to apply yet.
Can you look up the PGL Krakow of European minor real quick? And it'll tell you if they did do a double elim for Big, but I'm 90% sure they didn't. So
let's see. Well, we could just look up the last NA minor, couldn't we?
Well, it depends on if the lower bracket situation happened. I know.
Okay, so you know what happened there.
That Big came from the lower bracket in that specific event.
PGL Krakow
EU minor. Yep. Wikipedia or.
Got it.
Can we say that? Bring it up. You go through. You go through. Where's the bracket? So bracket was Big beat Penta in the final 2-0, and they came from the lower bracket.
They didn't play repeated
series. They didn't play twice. So I think this is done. Truthfully, the rule set has always been stated that the finals are a straight reset. There is no direct advantage for getting there first. There's no map in hand. You get the veto choice, but that's about it.
Yeah. So like I said,
I think originally it was supposed to be veto 3, but as opposed to them getting an earlier veto. But yeah, when this happened with Big, they just 2-0'd Envy in the lower bracket, then they 2-0'd Dignitas, and then get to the upper bracket and grand final to 2-0 Penta.
Yeah, so that would make sense. But just to be sure, we're double checking. This is obviously that was the last major cycle. There might have been updates to the rules in between then, so we just have to make sure we're doing everything according to the book here. So there's no room for complaints. Yeah.
Anything else you want? This cheese had the bags in it the whole time, so it's gonna be really bitter. But I'm
that's gonna
this
be
is how
really,
I'm filling time.
It's been there for like 2 hours now.
Craig Ferguson, he just drinks stuff. Yeah, that's me. Just need my snake cup. That is really bitter. Whoa. Van Silly
Is it
gave
rough?
me that. He's got terrible taste in tea. Awful. He's probably
Can't even really blame that, though. Like I said, how long?
He's looking at me like, no, you pick the flavor, bud. He walks over.
That's been there like since the best of 3 started.
Should we get
It's just
Van
been
Silly
sitting
in?
there.
Can he fill with you? I think he's allowed. No, he says no.
No, he's saying no.
He says pay me, actually, that selfish guy. He's sitting there going,
He's not dressed for the occasion either. You have to have a button-up shirt.
he
to
looks
come on
pretty
camera,
good,
so.
actually. You're welcome. You're welcome. I think he agrees. So Liquid, I think, have officially won this. Look, Misfits are through. That was the main objective. Not quite the game they would have wanted on Mirage today, but again, CT side is the issue. It didn't get much going for them on the T side. Didn't really give themselves a chance in losing the pistol, but it's the CT side that limits them severely in getting there.
Absolutely. So they're going to have to work on that between now and the qualifier, and obviously if there are any other LAN events that they manage to attend at that time, I'll still be able to squeak. I don't think they're going to be in contention today at ESL Pro League Finals. I think they're too far down in the rankings for NA to be able to achieve
Misfits?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the NA, but I think you're right. The last I looked,
I think they're in like 8th or 9th right now. I could be wrong about that. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that they're not in contention for playoffs.
You have one power. We have Power Week left this week, and that's it, right?
Yeah, that's just 1 week
Yeah.
left for
So
Pro League.
that's there's 5 nights, but it depends on who has
Let me
what
look that
left
up
to play.
actually. Since it's
And then relegation week was scheduled for.
Is it after the LAN, or?
I think it's after the LAN.
I think it's after the LAN.
Yeah, I forget. I'm not going to say because I don't know if it's announced, and I don't
No,
think
they
it's
didn't
actually
announce
finalized
it
yet.
So
yeah,
let's see.
still deliberating. It should be black and white in the rule set.
Okay. Actually, Misfits are at 7th right now in ESL Pro League, so
Okay,
maybe
they have a chance.
yeah.
Luminosity one
How many
ahead,
games have they played,
Energy
though?
one behind. Oh no, it says right. Let's scroll over. So they have. Remember, it's point system, right? So they have
Oh, yeah, I
32
gotta-
points. They're actually in a 3-way
Wait,
tie right
whoa.
now.
Hold on, I just messed that up.
They're in a 3-way tie.
Dude, yeah, NA is actually pretty close right now for Pro League. So
10-6, 10-9, 2 overtime losses. They've played. I forget.
I think it just said they played 20 matches. If I
Matches 18.
shrink it again.
Matches 18.
Oh, okay, so they haven't even played that many matches
Yeah,
yet.
they're
So
actually in an okay spot.
Alright, so
I
I'm
hear
wrong then.
typing in my ear.
they could they could very well actually then make it to ESL Pro League Finals, and that would obviously be another chance for them to show what they can do on LAN. But like we said, guys, we are still figuring this out. I believe we had to talk to the higher-ups in order to get confirmation on the rule set. So we're going to go to a quick break really quickly. Either when we come back, we'll announce Liquid as the official champions, or we'll be starting a brand new best of 3.
Or we'll just make it up and say that I won the event. We'll just all go home happy. We'll be back.
So stick with us, guys, and we'll be returning in just a few, hopefully.